Hey guys, welcome back to Mag5 Firearms. So today we got a pretty cool little project here. We're going to be doing something that I've never thought I'd ever hear anybody say. Pretty funny, but seriously, we're going to reduce the weight of the trigger. Right. So right now it's probably pulling at, I think the dude said one and a half. So let's see here. So just on weight. Well, I guess it would help us by. So that, huh? Let's try this again. Reset it. And 3.2. 2.06. And 1.86. Try a little more. 1.74. Right? So it's a pretty light trigger, obviously. So today we're gonna we bought a bunch of parts from Cajun Works. This is a CZ Tactical Sport 2, by the way. All right, so he got a bunch of parts from Cajun Works, and they told him that by replacing these, it will reduce that trigger weight or increase that trigger weight quite a bit. So we got a floating trigger pin, we got a straight single action aluminum trigger, we got a spacer, adjustable billet sear, reduced power trigger spring, and another hammer. So with that being said, I think we're going to have some fun with this bad boy. So yeah, no, this is really a nice. The slide rack's real smooth. I mean, like this is something that I would. I don't know. I wouldn't reduce, but especially if you plan on competing. But the guy who asked me to do this, he was concerned about some, accidental discharges, which I don't blame him. I guess there's definitely a chance of that potentially happening, right? So we're just going to go ahead and get started. We're going to start by just pulling her all apart, and then we're going to take it from there, man. One step at a time. All right, with the CZs, there's two lines, one here, one there. You line them up, and then you pop the release, right? So you line those up like, do that, line them up, and then you should be able to, keyword. There we go. Or with the trusty rubber mallet, all right? Do the pop out there, and just give it a good wiggle. Pull that out. All right. And then we're just going to slide that off. Going to give it a wipe down. He said he bought this used. He has, and he. I'm not sure what he plans on doing with it. If he's going to shoot with it or what, but just going to take it one step at a time, right? So now we have the trigger, which is right down here, like that. And then you have the sear housing here. And then we got to take the hammer out, right? And then we're going to replace it with all these fun items. Floating trigger pin. That's interesting. All right. Um, yeah, let's just go ahead and get started, man. Right? Pull out the trusty block. I didn't think so. But I figured we would. It's a real long magazine release on this thing too. There we go. So, see if we can just push it, or if I got to hit it with the hammer. It looks like I got to hit it with a hammer. Gotta hit it with the hammer. All right. And then also, when it comes to CZ, my glasses on, they have these. There's this little. What do you call this? It's like a. I don't know. It just stops it from sliding. You know what I mean? So you gotta pop that up and over so that it doesn't get jammed up. So it's right here. It's a little spring lever. I hope you can see that right there. All right. I think I gave it a good whack. Yep. All right. Now we're gonna pull back the trigger and we're gonna hold it there with our thumb. And then we're gonna grab a hold of that and just give it a good jiggle. It should come out relatively. Nope. Scratch that idea. Not relatively. Relatively. Relatively easy. You know what? Just gonna give it a little pop. Just like that. Boom. Okay. And then now we should just. Now you want to be careful because it is under. This is what actually your safety is what actually holds the whole spring housing in place. Okay, so you don't want it to come flying off, right? So get a good firm grip on it. And on top of that, there is also two indents, or not indents, detents. All right, there's one right here, and then there's another one here. Now this one here kind of free floats and holds this side of the safety in place. And then this one here is spring loaded. So when you pull this out, you don't want to lose those. All right, so make sure you keep an eye on those. And then also in the back of your sear housing, there's two springs on either side. And again, you don't want to lose those. So you're going to pull that all the way out. Pull this out. Okay. And there's the two springs. Can you see that? Let me see here. There we go. I'm looking at the wrong camera. There we go. Get a better grip on it. See right there, those two springs. All right. You don't want to lose those. And then again, here is that one detent, which we want to actually seat it a little bit better so that it doesn't hope it doesn't fall out. I mean, it's not that it's a horrible thing if it falls out, but because it's easy, it's not hard to put back in. I just don't want to lose it, right? Because that's a pain in the dick. So you know what? I'm just going to pull it out. And I'll show you guys what it looks like. It is literally a little thing. There we go. See See that? That's how small that thing is. All right, I'm just going to put that right here on my magnet. And this one here seems to be securely in. So I'm going to pull this off. Okay, and when you pull the side safety off, it goes up, right? So you pull it up, and that's where it can just slide right out. I'm going to put that there together, and I'm going to close that, put it down for a second, and then I'm also going to show you how small these goddamn springs are, man. So look how small that is. All right, this thing is tiny. Okay, so again, I don't want to lose those, and I'm going to be working on the sear, so I'm going to pull those out just so that I don't lose them as well, just like that. Okay, and I'm going to put that aside. And then also, we're going to pull the trigger out, which there is a little roll pin on both sides. So grab the it's too big. I should do it. That'll whack. Go in there. You gotta keep hitting it. Get it out. There we go. I heard it drop. Okay. And there's the other roll pin right there. I'm going to put all that right there on the magnet. All right. And then to pull the trigger out, you literally are just going to push up and out. Up and out. Come on. Up. Up, 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 up. Come on, show it there. All right. All right, so now that I'm going to set aside here, like this. Move my block like that. Hey guys, who's watching? Where are you from? We got YouTube. Who's on YouTube? Just gonna give this a wipe. All right, so now we got a pin here. I guess we'll just start working on the trigger since it's right here. And then that's the hammer. That's the spacer. Sorry, putting messages. There's two floating trigger pins. I want to make sure that I'm supposed to use them both. Nope. That's a pretty good. All right. Like that. But I think this one, if one goes inside the other, I want to make sure. No, well, let me get there. I'll figure that out. I don't want to waste too much time here. All right, so pull off the old handy dandy block. Grab a little. Put that arm up. There we go. Okay. There's my pen. Remove my. Okay, and then make sure I washed this right because I want to be able to put that spring back in properly. That just comes out. And the spring goes that as well. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Here's the bar. Here's the trigger. All right. Now, let's see what size I got. Nope, not that size. Got to this size. 1/16. What do you think? Yep, that's correct. 1/16. Now, I'm going to Alright, so one goes. I'm just going to screw these in. But I'm not going to Loctite them. I'm actually going to have the owner Loctite them so that he can set it however he wants. This is just going to flush that. try and make it the same as what he had here, right? The other one. This way. And by the looks of it, it just goes in. I have him Loctite it, just because I don't want to. Pretty far. That's in, and then this one, we'll make them the same. All right, that and that, and then this goes like that, and then I gotta put the spring on it. Put his old parts right back in here. That, right there, and trigger spring. Oh man. There we go. You guys want to have any questions or anything, just type it in the chat. All right. Goes like that. Right. And then this goes here. It goes like this. I'm not sure if it matters, but I'm gonna go ahead and go this one first. Stay put, man. Stay put, brother. Thank God for my belly. I caught that. wonder, should I? Probably should be more like. See if I can be good on this side. I have to go like that. There has to be a better way. Just slightly. And we'll have to do it. Go. Crying out loud. There we go.